Hi, Nadeem here from Smart Riding. I'm doing this as an update to the Motor Tablet Pro Max for BMW review that I did. Now, if you saw the video that I did previously reviewing the unit, there was quite a lot of problems with the unit, and I basically said it's not a good unit to buy. Now, subsequent to that, Motor Tablet did get in touch with me. They said, oh, we're going to change everything and it's all going to be great, blah, blah, blah. And I said, fine. And I said, is it a software update? Can you just send me the software and I'll update this unit that I've got, which is this one here. And they said, no, it's a whole new unit. So they sent me some screenshots and showed me what the new interface looked like and everything. And as soon as they did that, I spoke to one of my friends, Rob, at Next Gen Rider. Now, Rob did a bit of research for me previously on the Motor Tablet stuff, and that's when we discovered that the Motor Tablet unit was not made by Motor Tablet. Now, the original Motor Tablet Pro Max unit, the one that they said was a 2025 model up till about a month ago, was actually made by Car ABC, and it was a DB601 unit. So those two units were identical, they were the same unit. So what it looks like Motor Tablet have done now is they've switched who is actually making the units for them, or they're just buying them and white labeling them essentially. The new unit is from Aoocci, so it's the same unit that Aoocci sell. So the Aoocci unit is the BM6, and they actually have a BM07 as well, which I'm assuming is a 7-inch, but I'm sticking to the BM06 right now because that's the equivalent to the Motor Tablet Pro Max, because it's the same unit basically. So as I said, Rob did a bit of research and then he sent me some screenshots saying the user interface is the exact same as the ones that you've got. So they actually just switched suppliers and started buying the one from Aoocci. Now, Aoocci makes some reasonable units. It's not that they don't. They do. In fact, Aoocci sent me one of their units to review a couple of months ago, a C6 Pro, which is a budget unit. I think it's about $150. And for the price, because it's got two dash cams and the unit itself, I said it's a reasonably good buy. Now, it's a budget purchase. It's not going to be the best unit in the world. It just isn't. But for $150, I thought it was good value for money. Now, it could well be that this unit is very good as well. The BM6, it looks reasonable. The interface looks fine. The difference is the price that Aoocci are charging and what Motor Tablet are charging. Now, if you go to the Aoocci website and look up the BM6 currently is at $299. Now, obviously the Motor Tablet unit, which is the equivalent unit, it's the exact same unit and it's been sold by Motor Tablet. They're selling it for $374.99. So it's $375. Right. Now, if you want the TPMSs from Aoocci, it's an extra $40. Now, mostly if you've got a BMW, chances are you've got tire pressure monitors already, and the unit will pick them up anyway, so you don't need them as such. It's just maybe you didn't get them, or maybe they're not working or something. So they're $40 from them. But if you buy the same ones from Motor Tablet, they're $50. Now, the issue that I have with all this is not just the pricing. It just seems underhand, and the way everything has been done in Motor Tablet that I have an issue with. One of the main issues that I have is, and if you look at some of the reviews and some of the comments I've seen, I've had a couple of folk get in touch with me and email me, and I've gone back and forth with them, and this is what I'm basing this all on, is that Motor Tablet are not the most responsive, and if something goes wrong, they seem to only respond if they think you can damage them in some way, and that, you know, if you're quite well known, or you're going to spread it through lots of different forums, etc., etc. Other than that, they seem to ignore a lot of people. Now, they list a US website, US telephone number and US address, but if you ring that telephone number, it doesn't even connect. So I don't think they're based in the US, so I think they're a Chinese company, but I don't know for sure. I think this is one thing, again, I'm going to ask Rob at Next Gen Rider to look into, because he's very good at this. So I will find this out at some point. Now, the other thing that has been bothering me, and again, this was Rob at Next Gen Rider, he looked into this, because I was saying they can't be that bad, because if you look at the Trustpilot, they've got loads and loads of reviews. If you click through from their website to Trustpilot, it's a lot of very positive reviews. So he went, okay, and then he looked into it, and it turns out that those reviews are not from the motortablet.com website. So those reviews are for the getcartablet.com website. Now, if you look at the reviews as well, you can see the reviews actually show reviews for car stuff. You know, it's like car, Android Auto, CarPlay, etc. So they do them as well on another website. And if you actually find the motortablet.com Trustpilot, there's a lot more negative reviews on there than there is on the other one. So what they've done is slightly underhand, and I think Trustpilot need to be informed of this, because it's not right. Because it fooled me. On the surface, I looked at it and I went, oh, well, that doesn't look too bad. But it isn't good, because they are taking reviews from a different website and using them for this one. Now, I think they're getting away with it because they own both websites, but that still doesn't make this right. You know, so there's a whole host of issues there. Now, I want to stress that I have nothing against Aoocci, and I don't think their units are bad. And I think probably this Aoocci unit would probably be okay. I mean, I can ask Aoocci if they'll send me one for review. I'm not going to buy one because I just can't afford to buy this many units, you know, so I will ask them if they'll send me one and I'll review it. The thing that I like about Aoocci, because I did research them a bit, because they did send me the C6 Pro and I did review it, and I said it was a good unit. But my review of a unit isn't just about the unit. It's looking at the company and looking at their support, looking at how they deal with people. And that's what 40% of my recommendation is based on customer service and how I see them reacting to things when things go wrong. Now, Aoocci have got a Facebook group and they are on it, you know, and I see it all the time. I've been in that group now for about 2 months. And people post up and say, I'm not happy about this isn't working. Someone will come back and say, we think we know what the issue is. Can you please email us, blah, blah, blah. And they give clear steps on how to fix things. And if something's really bad, they say there's not a problem, we will replace the unit, etc., etc. Now, for that reason alone, they are a better company to deal with than Motortablet, because from what I can see from Motortablet is they don't really want to get into that. And they don't make the units, they have no control over them. They're just buying them in. But not only are they buying them in, they are upping the price on them. So they're trying to sell it as a more premium unit than it actually is. I mean, I'm not prepared to pay, you know, 20, 25% extra to buy from motortablet.com. If I wanted to buy that unit, I would buy it from, you know, from Aoocci. That's your best bet. So my advice is, if you've been looking at this unit, then look at the Aoocci website, go there and look at the BM6. I mean, currently, my recommendation for the best unit available for BMWs is the Carpuride. You know, the Carpuride units are about the best at this point in time, price-wise, support-wise, and everything. And that's why I recommend them. This wasn't always so. So, you know, if anyone's going to say, oh, he's just a Carpuride fanboy, if you go right back in my channel, the very first unit they did, I utterly destroyed it. And I said, this is a crap unit, do not buy it. So it's not like I have been in bed with Carpuride forever. I haven't, because the first unit I thought, and still do think, wasn't a very good unit, because the arm on it was very fiddly and some of them were falling off. There was loads of things wrong with them. And it stuck out too much because the way that the arm came out from the bracket, and it wasn't a very well thought out design. And for that reason, I just said, this is a crap unit. So, but companies change, they evolve, they fix things. Their customer service wasn't very good at the beginning, but now it is, right? They have learned that that's going to be an important factor if they want to grow. And I applaud that. So I'm allowed to change my mind because they've started making better units. Now, if they start making crap units again, then I will say. So my job is to try and present these things in the best way possible. I'm not going to lie about any of these units. And I just think that the way the Motortablet stuff has been done is slightly underhand and I don't like it. But so this video is just to bring this to your attention. And if you do want to buy that unit, buy it from Aoocci. So any questions, anything you'd like to know, or if you want to contact me privately, please do so. My details are on the YouTube channel and they're in the Smart Riding Gadgets group on Facebook. Thanks.